Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. MFJJ here with PodiumArcher.com, looking at what might be the greatest arrow rest ever created, the Hamskea R7. Some of you may be aware that I really like limb-driven arrow rests. I really would prefer that my active mechanism for my arrow rest did not attach to a piece of cable or string on my bow system because it manipulates your orientation. It's more difficult to keep your bow synchronized or timed, you know, the word they don't like to use, with a cable-driven rest. There are a ton of benefits to a cable-driven rest, and I'm not going to make an argument that there's not. The ability to cock your rest up is really nice. I totally get that. But outside of that, everything about what makes an arrow travel straighter to the target is beneficial from a limb-driven rest, in my opinion. So I love limb-driven rests. Big fan of limb-driven rests, vapor trails, Hamskeas. There's a couple other ones out there, and there's a bunch of cable-driven ones as well. But no matter what rest you're a fan of, go buy it from your local archery shop. Do not buy it from me. Please, you need them, they need you. It's a relationship you need to work on. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I want you to buy it from them. If you're going to buy it online, and only if you're going to buy it online, PodiumArcher.com for all those archery needs. $99 and up is free shipping, and coupon code MFJJ may save you a little bit of money. Now, shop owners, hey, we do small fill-ins. We have a distributorship. You can buy your restocking from us. I am trying to get these people to come into your store. It would really be nice if maybe you return the favor and spend a little money with me at PodiumArcher.com. Go to the homepage, scroll to the bottom, click dealer pricing, fill it out, and get your fill-ins from us, and it changes your pricing on the website. It's a good little option. So, for all of you out there watching this that aren't subscribed, you're not very nice. We need you to subscribe. Please, it's just one little button. Just push it once. Come on. The fact that we're not at 100,000 subscribers yet is ridiculous for how long I've been doing this and how much I'm trying to help you. Please just click the button. Just ignore it and leave it on. All right, cool. So let's take a look at this sucker. Pop it out of here. It comes in this super snazzy little case. We can thank UltraView for people doing things like this because they started this. Well, not necessarily true, but they're the king of packaging. Hamskea R7. This rest does several things. One, their new pad system is pretty awesome, and it's low profile. This is probably one of the first pads I've actually seen that I'm actually going to put on my bow. Most of them I don't put them on. Comes with a new material. It looks a lot like the JR suppression, which, if you're not running a JR suppression cover on your launcher, regardless of what arrow rest you have, you really need to look into it. We do sell them on the website. I think they do direct as well. They're really durable. Like, nothing compares to it. You kind of be foolish not to use it on your launcher. It's a really nice unit, and this looks just like it. So I don't know if it's the same material or what, but regardless, it's good stuff. The first Hamskea that's actually IMS mount capable. They changed where you tighten and loosen your windage and elevation. They actually made it to when it's bolted on the bow, you can actually get at it without a funky little stubby wrench, which if you've ever done that, especially on our little friend over here, the Hoyt, with all this crap that gets right in the way of trying to make an adjustment, or our other friend, the Matthews, that thought it'd be great to have your cable guard come right down like this, right over your arrow rest to where you can't get at anything. They set them in an angle and off to the right, so you can actually get at it, and we will show you that when we bolt it on the bow. So that part's pretty freaking awesome. The internals of these are rock solid. This is one of the few arrow rests you can actually adjust the angle of the launcher, the starting point and the stopping point, so you can make it move up and down more or less and stop it at certain points if you have a preferred angle, if that's your sort of thing. They did make a torque tuning system for this. It is a secondary thing, and I don't have one in front of me, so I can't show you what it looks like, but you can piece by piece make this farther away from your bow to finitely adjust the torquing point. And there's a lot of good videos out there on torque tuning. Personally, I think the best one out there is from Paige Pierce. I don't know her Instagram handle, but if you search it, you'll find it. Jeff's going to find it, put it right here because I'm an idiot and I don't remember things. But she did a great video on torque tuning. You should go check it out because torque tuning does work. It is relevant and it is important, and I think we're going to see more things incorporating that in the future than less because it does kind of help you with your left to rights. It's pretty freaking cool. Eventually, I'll make a video on it. I don't have time right now, but she made a really good one. Go watch hers, and if you're not following her, follow her. She shares a ton of good information. She's very smart, really knows archery stuff good. She shoots a bow tech too. But yeah, great video, very relevant. Micro adjust windage, micro adjust elevation, and they paid cognizant attention to where this is. If you've tried to adjust your windage on several of the rests when it's bolted on the back, you can't like get at this knob. It's a pain in the butt. They set it and offset it to where you can actually stick your finger through here and get at it. So, but we'll show you that when we put it on the bow. Yes, this arrow rest is expensive. It is, not gonna lie. It's not the most expensive arrow rest, but it's pretty damn close. But it is clean, it is low profile. For what it is, it's light. Now, I know that there are lighter ones out there, but for how much is going on here to have something that's bomb-proof, because what Hamskea will not do is they will not make you an arrow rest that will fail internally. They refuse. So because of that, they're going to end up being a little bit heavier because they're a little more durable. But it's not a lot. I think this is, what, 4 ounces or something like that. It's pretty light. And how well your arrow gets from the target from A to B is your arrow rest. It's probably the most important part of your bow. Don't skimp. Don't be cheap. And don't get anything that's not accurate. Let's bolt it on a bow and take a look at it. I am super excited that they actually made a rear mount IMS style rest because every bow takes it. Now, even a lot of the price point bows take it. And it was the one kind of hang up that some people had with using their product because Hamskea was started. And if you haven't watched it, Jeff will probably link it here as well. We had a great podcast on the Podium Archer podcast, which if you're not subscribed to that, you really should be. Great pod. It's on Brandon McDonald's channel currently. I don't know why. We're just, we have it on his channel. But it's my Nashville podcast. And the owners of this company came down there to do a little interview for it. And it was a great, great discussion. Talking about how they started, where they started from, and why. And eventually this is going to come out far enough to work. There we go. Yeah, it compresses down really good. The way they designed it is different. And I cannot explain it right the way they did. Once again, why you should probably go watch that podcast. Because they talked like for 10 minutes how they did this differently than anybody else has done that still fits on that. I like the new cord attachment system. Super easy to tighten and loosen your cord here. And this little guy holds up your slack. So instead of having to like tie your cord around or whatnot to leave some excess, you got this little fella right here. Cool idea. Works really good. Let's try adjusting this thing a little bit. So my only gripe, and I told them this, and they said it's not really possible because of strength or whatnot, is that, so this is way easier to move than the predecessor. And that's your up and down lock. And you can get around the I-beam. Now there is a lock here for the left and right, and it's a different size. That was my only gripe. That I need 2 different wrenches to adjust this, but still super simple. And like looking at where this is, I'd say it's pretty close to where I'd want to start. Left and right. That was probably the easiest I've ever adjusted a windage and an elevation on here. That was loose. That's right. Cool. Yeah, feels rock solid. 0 complaints. I mean, that's it. It's simple as that. There's nothing hard about it. And we'll rotate this up to tie on your cord. Now they did also try to point out, because they claim that if you do this once, this cord won't stretch out on you again, which I believe I called that, pretty sure I said bullshit on that. But we'll give it a try. So I really can't emphasize enough how much I love this arrow rest and how much they've pretty much resolved every complaint that I had. And I think the only thing you could probably criticize on this thing is its weight, which personally, 4 ounces is fine. Yeah, there's arrow rests out there that weigh less. In fact, most of them do. But compared to their pre-stuff, this is actually kind of light. And what I would like to say about it more than anything is they're not going to sacrifice durability or longevity for weight. They're just not going to do it. Translation, this arrow rest isn't going to break. There's a good possibility you buy this arrow rest, you put it on like 6 or 7 bows before you replace it because it's just super durable. And they're expensive, but you get what you pay for, especially in this instance. I can't say enough good about it. It's pretty awesome. So many people really focus on their sight as being super important, and I hate to break it to you, but your arrow rest determines how your arrow flies from A to B. It is more important than your sight. Yeah, there's more features and stuff in a sight that you can really focus on, but man, your arrow rest is just super important. It just is. So, I'm a big arrow rest fan. Okay, so they said get this as close to the bottom as you can, which any shorter than that would be pretty tough, but it's pretty close to the bottom. Give her a tighten, which, once again, loosen the screw here. You can also adjust the tension of this rest. Like, you can adjust anything on it. It's pretty wild what you can do.
Is it wild or is it domestic?
That was a fucking dad joke if I ever heard one. Is it wild or is it domestic? Okay, so we're going to tighten it down, and then we're going to stretch it out and do it again. This is a big key to these things because it's got this little rubber deal on the bottom that they call a rebound dampener. And the reason that it's actually relevant is your stuff, believe it or not, moves in and out when you fire it, and it's a compressor, basically. It absorbs some of it as you move back and forth so it doesn't stress your launcher or your spring internally. So, but you got to stretch it out the cord a little bit. Give it another tug down. Tight, hard as you can pull it. Tighten that up again. Give it another stretch. See, it keeps coming out, keeps coming out. If you have access to it and can, I would like hold load against this and just let it stretch out overnight. We've done that with our string making materials and stuff before. But once you get it stretched out, it should be done. Yeah, all that string material has to pull through there and compress. There you go. She's installed. Good to go. Clean, easy to get at. Every gripe that I've had is gone. You can remove this upper cage. I know some people prefer to have that off so it's easier to load your bow. It does lock in side to side, and it is clean as all get out. I haven't put this on a Matthews yet, but it looks so low profile, I can't see that your arrow would touch it, where the previous one would touch. I think you've got that completely resolved, but we got it on a Hoyt for today.